Hi guys and welcome to the Liverpool Career Mode Season 1 Roundup video. In this episode we'll be going through all the individual awards won by our players throughout the season in terms of the Premier League, the Champions League and the FA Cup. We'll also go into depth in terms of the actual stats that our players got, how many goals they got, how many assists they got, how many games everyone played, and just look at everyone's contribution in all competitions. And then we'll be going to give out our final season awards. For example, the goal of the season, the player of the season, the player's player of the season, and the young player of the season. So it's a hugely reflective video looking back over the season as a whole, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let's get straight into the individual awards. In terms of one of the best individuals this season, Diogo Jota is that man. He scored 26 goals in 34 Premier League matches, which won him the Premier League Golden Boot. And he also scored 8 goals in 11 Champions League matches, meaning he was joint tied for top in the Champions League Golden Boot race as well. So fantastic for him. Basically, the two competitions that he participates in the most, he won the Golden Boot in both. You can't really ask for much more than that from your number 9, and he had a fantastic season. In addition to those goals that he scored, he also was the joint top assist maker in the UCL, 6 assists in 11 matches. So that gave him 14 goal contributions in 11 UCL matches. So he was fantastic in that run to the semi-final. Unfortunately, we didn't make it to the final this year or even win it. But as I was saying in the last episode, we will go again next year with the aim to get further in the UCL. In terms of the UCL Playmaker Award, Sadio Mane also was tied with Diogo Jota with 6 assists in his 12 matches. So he did play one more game than Jota, but they had the same amount of assists. And we actually took a clean sweep of the Premier League Assist Award as well, with Mane achieving 19 assists in 33 matches. So fantastic record from both of those players there to get so many goals and assists between them, and a clean sweep of the UCL and Premier League goal and assist awards. Fantastic start. At the other end of the pitch, Alisson was the Golden Glove winner. He had 9 clean sheets in 38 matches, so that's not actually as many as people achieve in real life, but we've got to think that this is FIFA, and it's a lot easier to concede goals in FIFA than it is in real life. I'll be the first to admit that. So 9 clean sheets in 38 is definitely something we can improve on, and in terms of goals conceded, we can improve on that as well. For example, in the Champions League, we didn't keep many clean sheets at all. So hopefully that's something we can go ahead and get more of next year as we improve our defence. But I'm very happy with Alisson, and he deserves this award highly. In terms of our other competition that we won, which was the FA Cup, the Golden Ball goes to the guy who scores the most goals in the FA Cup, and our man Curtis Jones was joint top in this. He scored 6 goals in 6 FA Cup matches. That's a fantastic record, especially for a player that plays in midfield rather than further forward. He was bombing forward. Those runs from midfield were really dominant. He created a lot of chances and obviously took a lot for himself. So congratulations to Jones. He definitely deserves more of a chance in the first team picture next season in terms of Champions League games and FA Cup games and Premier League games. But of course, he'll still participate in FA Cup games, I'm sure. In terms of our other FA Cup award, we had Divock Origi. He achieved the most assists in the FA Cup. So in terms of the FA Cup, we also took a clean sweep of the attacking awards. He got 5 assists in 6 matches. So it's fantastic from him. He really embraced the role of being a hold-up striker and bringing other players into the game. And you can see that with his 5 assists in 6 games. They're the individual awards. Fantastic, fantastic effort from all of these players. Let's get into the goal of the season. So for the goal of the season segment, I'm going to show short video clips of all 11 goals we have, and we'll start with Firmino versus Chelsea. As you guys will remember, this was one of the first games when our players were at AFCON, and this goal from Firmino to take the lead at Stamford Bridge was a huge goal in the season. We had a decent gap at this point, but to score this goal from long distance, just winning the ball back here and taking the shot from just probably like 20 yards or so, top left corner, brilliant goal. However, it could have been trumped by this Trent Alexander-Arnold effort in the same game. If you guys will remember, It was 1-1 at the time, about 70 minutes on the clock. Trent gets the ball, long way out, and just absolutely rifles it into the top left. That goal will take some beating in the Goal of the Season awards, I can tell you that much. It was hugely significant in terms of the Premier League at the time, and also it's just an absolutely magnificent goal. I don't normally hit the ball from this sort of range, but for some reason I just thought I would, and what a finish it was. Top left corner, there's absolutely no chance that they were going to save that. Fantastic, fantastic finish, and we should try and shoot more from this kind of range in the next season. In terms of the other goal was more of a long-range effort, but this was just a clinical pass from Divock Origi. He holds the ball up really well, like I was saying earlier, and what a reverse pass into Harvey Elliott. The finish is clinical, but it's less about the finish and more about that pass from Divock Origi. Absolutely brilliant pass, blindside, reverse, literally like Thiago does in real life. No look, straight through. And yeah, to find the run of Elliott, who's playing on the wing, in between the centre back and the full back, and it's a really tidy finish. It's a really clean goal. Obviously, it wasn't the biggest game of the season. We were already 2-0 up against Brentford, but it's a really good finish. This goal from Mohamed Salah against Leicester showed his tenacity by winning the ball back straight away from James Justin. It's then from there classic Mohamed Salah, cuts back past the defender, comes inside onto his favoured left foot and fires it past Schmeichel into the bottom right-hand corner, or into Schmeichel's bottom right-hand corner. It's a great goal. It's what we've become accustomed to with Mo Salah. We have a couple from him in this thread of goals, but this one is going to take some beating. It was probably one of his best goals for us this season, but I mean, there are some quality goals, so I don't want to give anything away just yet. This goal here was more about the build-up play, the pass from there, the run from Jones. I had to include a Jones goal in this. His forward runs were absolutely integral to us this season in the FA Cup, and that was brilliant there when he got a chance in the Champions League. This goal here is another one where the pass is probably better than the finish. This ball comes back out to Trent Alexander-Arnold, a left foot volley, and then, to be fair, the finish is very nice as well. It's a header, so you don't normally think much of a header, but it's more about the pass for me. The volley from Trent Alexander-Arnold, back across perfectly, taking out all of the defenders, and Mane with the goal. Another Mo Salah goal here. This is very similar to a goal he actually scored against Manchester United. He's holding off Telles like he held off Dan James when he was played in by Alisson. Alisson's just got another assist in real life this weekend, which is absolutely incredible. This time the assist was from Hendo. It was a great pass, defence splitting pass, and Telles just doesn't have the pace to go with Salah. Very few people do, to be fair, and it's a clinical finish from him, holding off Telles, good strength, and then to beat the goalkeeper is also very good. Really good finish from Mo, and again it was another important goal versus Manchester United at the time. So we had to score that to equal up the game. So we go now into Origi versus Watford. If I remember, this was a really good goal. We get the ball with Jota, who's come deep to find the ball. Trent Alexander-Arnold running down the wing, trying to hold off his man, Kuka. He has just enough pace to get past him, and what a delivery from Trent. This is something we've been absolutely accustomed to in the last 3 or 4 seasons from him. He is basically a playmaker playing at right back, and what a pass from him. Hopefully he'll get more of a chance to get forward next season with more goals and more assists like he does in real life, but that's again more about the pass than the finish. This goal was fantastic, if I may say so, but it did come in a losing cause, which probably detracts how good the goal actually was. If this goal had been a winner or an equaliser, it probably would be up there. However, because it came in a 3-1 loss, it is a bit hard to put it high up. But in terms of the actual quality of the goal itself, it's vintage Mo Salah coming in off his right wing and great finish. Talking of great finishes, this was Clayton's goal. A young lad coming on in the FA Cup semi-final in extra time. It was incredible for him to even get onto the field, let alone score a worldie. And it was an unbelievable goal, and it was a really clinical finish. The ball bounces to him here, and it's a volley into the top right-hand corner. It was a really, really good finish at an important time in the game. And for a youth academy player to come on and do that is even more impressive. The reverse angle, when we get to see it, is even better. It shows, the way that he actually manages to hit the ball straight into the corner. It starts it outside the post and comes in top right corner, top bins. Here's the best angle. Starts it outside the line, comes back in, and there's no chance the keeper's going to save that. It's a great finish, and it should definitely be up there when we get to deciding who is going to win. We then have this one from Sadio Mane versus Tottenham Hotspur. It's a great ball into Jota here. And talking of great balls, this is unbelievable from Jota. And it's a great left foot volley from Sadio Mane. It's absolutely unstoppable. What a finish from him. And that is definitely a contender. Left foot, weak foot, first time, past the goalkeeper before he can even think. And yeah, some tough goals. It's a really, really tough decision. But I've got to go with my gut, and my gut says that Trent Alexander-Arnold goal against Chelsea was absolutely brilliant. We'll see it one more time here, and what a finish it is. It's a clinical goal, 1-1 at the time, and it's just hugely, hugely important that goal went in, because Salah and Mane were at AFCON at the time, and we were struggling. We were 1-1 at the Stamford Bridge, and it could have all gone to pot. We had the likes of Origi, Minamino having to play, and some of our bigger players, Firmino and Trent, stepping up in that game was fantastic. So that is the end of the Goal of the Season award. Congratulations to Trent Alexander-Arnold. We've had some great goals. Let's hope we can get some more next season. Now is the time to get into the Player of the Season shortlist. So as you can see on screen, we have a very forward-thinking Player of the Season shortlist. Sadio Mane, Diogo Jota and Mohamed Salah each had incredible individual seasons and were a big part of us winning the Premier League title and getting to the Champions League semi-final. So there are our shortlist for the Player of the Season. The Players' Player of the Season, we have Captain Jordan Henderson, our goalkeeper Alisson, and obviously Bobby Firmino. These three were brilliant in their own right, probably should have been in consideration for Player of the Season, but obviously some big players missed out on nominations at all, the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk. They were brilliant at points in the season, Thiago, Fabinho, but we can't give everyone an award, and these six, I think, were the best of the best, basically, in our team. And then the final award that we're going to give out, this is the shortlist for the Young Player of the Season. Harvey Elliott was really good. I think he had something like 8 goals and 9 assists or something along those lines. Kelleher was brilliant, even though he didn't get many clean sheets. He also he had an average match rating very similar to Alisson. And then, of course, Jones, those goals from midfield were a key part of winning the FA Cup. And I'm sure, as I said before, these guys are going to get more of a chance next season, especially the two midfielders, perhaps not Kelleher because he is behind one of the best goalkeepers in the world, if not the best, but definitely the two midfielders are going to get more of a chance. So we'll get into the stats and then I'll reveal who has won. So here we have the in-depth stats from our players from this season. As you can see on screen, Alisson with the most games, that's hardly unsurprising. Trent, Van Dijk, Mane, Salah, Hendo, Jota, Fabinho, these guys are all expected to play the most amount of games. Naby Keita being so high up is quite surprising, but he comes off the bench in a lot of games, so that's understandable. Robertson, obviously, not as many as we would have liked with the long-term injury. Matip, Gomez, Kanate, all sort of around the same area, obviously filling in alongside Van Dijk whenever they can. The likes of Kelleher and Williams playing a couple of times, Nat Phillips, Clayton, Kozlowski, maybe not so many times. Maybe I should have given them a bit more game time. But in terms of the most goals, Diogo Jota was our top scorer. As you can see on screen, he scored an amazing amount of goals, over a goal and an assist every game for our top 4 strikers, or top 4 forwards, which is incredible when you think about it. The likes of Firmino, Mane, Salah and Jota dragged us to this title. Our defence wasn't always brilliant, but the attack definitely made up for that. Hendo with a really good season. I thought he was integral this year. Even Divock Origi scored a lot of goals considering how few games he played, especially with a lot of those coming off the bench. Clayton obviously got that key goal. Scrolling down, not a lot of goals down low. some of the guys on loan, maybe a couple of goals for their teams. Not really. But obviously, it's hard to see that it only tells you which fixtures they've played when it's a competition that you actually play in. So that's where it makes sense. In terms of the assists, Sadio Mane was top, Jota second, Salah third, Hendo fourth, which is really good. He manages to break into the top four with Firmino just behind him. Thiago as well was really good with assists. Harvey Elliott, very good. One thing I would say is that we need to get our fullbacks involved a lot more in the assists next season. Jones was quite low down as well, considering how many goals he scored. He didn't get as many assists. So very interesting in terms of the players. And then obviously one thing that we need to improve on next season is the clean sheets. We were few and far between with the clean sheets. Hendo with the most, but that's obviously because he's been subbed off before we've lost the clean sheet. He comes off more than probably the likes of Van Dijk or Alisson, of course, as we don't really sub those two guys off. So Hendo kept more clean sheets. But yeah, definitely clean sheets is something we need to look at next season. Scrolling all the way down, Tsimikas only with one clean sheet, which is hardly ideal considering he played a lot of games in the end. But that is the stats. Those are the stats, sorry. Let's get into the award. So the first award that we're giving out is the Player of the Season, and that, without doubt, was Diogo Jota. 46 games played, 35 goals and 23 assists. As I said earlier, well over a goal contribution per game. So a fantastic performance from him. Golden Boot winner for the Premier League, Golden Boot winner for the Champions League, joint most assists in the Champions League. He was a revelation at centre forward for us. And he was playing out of position all season. He wasn't actually a centre forward in his actual position. So if we move him to a centre forward next season, he could look at an increase in rating and potentially score even more and create even more next season. He was fantastic for us, and he wins the 2021-2022 Player of the Season. The Players' Player of the Season was tied between Jordan Henderson and Alisson. They both were brilliant in their own right. Hendo, we've been crying out for someone creating more and scoring more from midfield, and he was absolutely that this season. 11 goals and 17 assists in 47 games. That's more than he's ever got before, but by a massive margin. And he was revolutionary to our midfield this season. The likes of Jones and Elliott really had to wait for their chances because Hendo was playing so well. They just didn't get much of a look in, at least in the Premier League and Champions League. In terms of Alisson, how many times have I said, wow, what a save, Alisson. God, unbelievable Alisson. It's too many to even count. He's absolutely saved us on so many occasions. I get that he's only got a clean sheet probably once every 5 games, but that doesn't show his true quality to the side. The amount of saves he's made, the times he's saved us, and thankfully we have him going forward. He's been brilliant for us, and he will be brilliant for us in the future. So they're the two Player of the Season, joint winners, Jordan Henderson and Alisson Becker. And the final award we're giving out in today's episode is the Young Player of the Season. It was a tough one. Elliott was good, more assists than Jones, but Jones was just brilliant in that FA Cup run. He literally dragged us to the FA Cup final and won it for us with some brilliant goals, 12 goals in all games, 3 assists. Hopefully we can up the assists next season, but he deserves a chance to get more games in the Premier League and in the Champions League. Obviously, there's the arrival of Bellingham to take into account as well, but Jones was brilliant. He's the Young Player of the Season. They're all the awards. Congratulations to everyone. It was a fantastic season. Let's hopefully win the Premier League again next season, and hopefully we can go one better in the Champions League. Thank you guys for watching. The new season will be out in a couple of days. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you enjoyed the season, and give me any recommendations for transfers or what you guys enjoyed from this season and what you'd like to see next season. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.